Remember this when I made baby versions of movie characters? Yep, we are doing that again today with Voldemort, Superman and Cad Bane. And make sure to watch till the end, because that last one is particularly cursed. Ladies and gentlemen, today the first movie character I am gonna babyfy is Voldemort. We all know this guy from our favorite fantasy movie series, Harry Potter. So let's just go and turn this beauty into his younger self. Here we have our beautiful baby. Now, of course, as always, I'm gonna have to mask out this baby. So let's go ahead and start right here. Go all around the edge with a pen tool. We love this. Almost. There you go. I did not include the hair, as you can see, because Voldemort does not have hair, as I recall. Let's call this baby. Beautiful. Okay, I think it's a good idea to first make a very simple dark background. Then we need a shadow right below the baby, just like so. And later, as you can see, we also have to add some noise because the baby's photo is quite noisy. And under those little hands, just all over the place, make some areas a tad darker, not too much, like that. So this is before, this is after. Beautiful. Okay, then let's go and do something about that skin tone, because Voldemort is pale as heck. Let's just most of all take some color out of it. Voldemort doesn't have eyebrows though, so let's get rid of these tiny eyebrows here. There you go. Beautiful. Same goes for this. And under his eyes, he has this weird red sort of tint. So let's try and add that as well. I feel like this is going to look super strange when it's done. Like that. Oh my god. Then I will go and add some liquify, because your boy has very deep eye sockets, it seems. I feel like babies wouldn't have that, but who cares? Boom, there you go. Also, we should probably make him completely bald, because you can still see some hair here. And I guess we can just copy some areas from here and paste it. There you go. Just like so. Great. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to make that deep eye socket, sort of, right here. I'm not sure if this is the way. I guess we'll see soon enough. I mean, it does do something. I'm not sure if it's exactly what we're looking for, but it's better than nothing, I feel like. Let's try it on the other side as well. There you go. That is... I mean, it's a bit more Voldemort-like, that's for sure. Still looks hella strange, but... Then, the absolute most important thing, his nose. Because Voldemort barely has one. Now let's hide all these effects again and try to remove this nose first. To be fair, I may just try using this and see what happens. This is either gonna look very stupid or it just works like that. Oh, I guess it works though. Like, this is not even so bad. Okay, then re-add the filters, and now we're gonna have to again use some shadows to try and create that sort of weird, because there is sort of a nose shape in there. It's very flat and strange, but there still is some sort of you know. And then the same thing on the other side, like that. See, that's it. So then we're gonna have to make the nostrils. Those are very thin. They start out pretty thick and then go to a very sort of skinny, weird line. This is a bit harder than I thought, actually. Is that okay? It should be a bit higher, like this. It's difficult, I don't know. Let's just go with this and add yet another shadow to make them look a bit, you know, deeper. And then a bit of a highlight on the sides to make those very nice and 3D. There you go. That is actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Then, Voldemort in the movies has blue / green / sort of eyes. So let's go and try this. We can remove the edges and sort of blend it in there. Then using some blend if, I'll bring back the highlight on the original one. There you go. Then I can probably just copy it here and we should be all good. Like this. Damn, that's actually good. What the hell? And then lastly, I also want to add this nice sort of veins texture on his head, because Voldemort has something like that. But it just has to be like super subtle. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for his face part. Then we should probably give him some clothes. Clothes. Let's see if we can use this somehow. I think liquify is going to be the easiest way to do this. I'm just going to sort of merge the shape. So this is going to go around the right arm, his left arm, something like this could work. Let's bring up the opacity, and now we're going to have to mask away some parts. So first of all, this is going to go around his neck, just like so. Same goes for this side, like that. And now we kind of just have to draw some sort of shirt because he shouldn't be wearing pants. I think that's like a nice baby feature we should keep. Voldemort in his diaper. Fantastic. Like that. And now it's all gonna come down to shadows. We also want a tint of green in here because Voldemort's clothing seems to have a bit of green in it. So, well, there you go. And then, ladies and gentlemen, shadows. A bunch of shadows.
A few more.
Okay, and now that that's looking decent enough, we should add some shadows on the baby again because, of course, this changes the... I still can't believe this is working out so well. Like, I did not see this working. And finally, let's add some light coming from above, so the lighting in this image makes a bit more sense. Just like so, I guess. And then I will add some final highlights to make it pop even more. Now that looks beautiful. Now I'm curious what this looks like with a camera raw filter, so let's go ahead and add one. I'm just gonna add the usual effects. I don't think this is gonna do all that much because I don't have many colors in here. Then we gotta make sure the grain sort of matches like that. It's pretty cool. And there you go. That is baby Voldemort. This definitely looks a bit strange, but I guess we'll take it back to the studio. Our next victim is Superman, the OG DC superhero, possibly in general superhero. I mean, let's face it, he would have beaten Thanos' ass in a heartbeat if he was around. But that aside, let's just make a tiny Superman right away. My dumbass forgot my mic wasn't recording, so here we are re-recording, well, this. Of course, we again start by masking out the baby, which was definitely a lot of fun. We haven't seen enough of this by far. So, well, there you have it. And for this one, I started by adding a background sky because I felt like that was gonna impact a bunch of the lighting on the baby. I positioned them in the right place to make a nice composition, and then it was time for the hair. I thought it would be hilarious to give this baby a wig similar to Superman's hair, so that's exactly what I did. Even though it fit well pretty much instantly, this still took some adjusting because it looked a bit off, but eventually I guess it looked fine. With the beautiful hair in place, I thought let's remove this weird shadow on his tummy. Obviously the light is super bright and coming from pretty much all directions at this point, so we definitely did not need that shadow. Then for his suit, I decided to go with long sleeves because it just makes more sense. It's more similar to the original suit, so there you have it. Basically, I just copied some areas of his shirt and put it on his arm, on both sides of course, and that's pretty much how I did that. This took a lot of warp and shadows. Then right after that, of course, we need to make the suit blue. Superman's suit is blue, at least the classic one. That is exactly what I did. And after that, I thought let's add some nice texture because I felt like it just needed to be a bit more detailed. And besides, the Snyder suit has this sort of texture on it as well, so it just seemed like the best possible decision. I blended it in there quite nicely and then used some liquify to make sure the edges look rounded because it just wasn't doing it for me like at all. Then to finish the tiny suit, I added the Superman logo from the Snyder suit, that being the latest one. I just felt like it looked a bit cooler and a bit more, you know, yeah, well, cooler. I warped it and added the same texture to it to make sure it's nicely integrated, and then, well, there's the suit, I guess. Then all we still needed was the cape, of course, and that is with a simple cloth texture, or actually just image, it's an image. I kind of put it on there and then started masking stuff away that I didn't need, and after that it's mostly just shadows again. I mean, we all know how this goes by now. At first, this did look a bit strange because I had no idea what the shape was gonna be and what it should look like, so, but I mean, eventually it worked, so it's fine. It's fine. Now, the baby at this point was pretty much entirely finished, so now we just needed to, you know, add some lights, make it a bit more cohesive with the background, and just overall make it look better. So that is exactly what I did. Well, this one turned out interesting as well. I just can't help but think that the hair makes it look like a doll, but it's fine. We'll just go with it and say it's finished. Then finally for today, in the new series The Book of Boba Fett, we saw a fan favorite character return, that being Cad Bane. If you don't know this guy, he's a very badass bounty hunter slash gunslinger slash space cowboy. And really, let's just get straight into it. Now guess what? For the last time today, let's go and mask out this baby.
They're not really fun, but you
Just gonna go all around the edge, and there you go. Here we have our baby. Let's make him a little smaller. For this one, I'm first actually gonna add the background environment, because I feel like that's gonna change a lot. I have these beautiful hills. We don't need this background whatsoever. Then I'll fade out this edge to make them connect very nicely, and then I'll make it a bit brighter. And for this blue sky, I'm gonna add a nice blue tint in the sky, as you can see. Pretty freaking obvious, just like so. And near the horizon, it is super bright. Just like that. I feel like that is pretty good. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the landscape we're gonna put our little baby Cad Bane in. As you can see, here we go. Let's first go and add some levels to make it a bit more contrasty. Let's go and make it look like he's actually sitting in the sand, because I feel like these legs and arms are gonna stay naked. And his fingers, make that look a little bit more roundish. Beautiful. And then we need a little shadow again on the sand here to make it look like he is casting a shadow on the ground. Then let's first start with his face. Of course, Cad Bane has quite a different face than whatever this is, so let's get started. First of all, ears are literally non-existent, so let's go and erase those. And then for this side, I'm just using the clone stamp to kind of erase it. Like that. It's a bit strange, but I guess it'll do. Besides, we're gonna do a lot of other stuff to this head as well, so let's not sweat it. I guess for now, something like this will do. Cad Bane is obviously completely blue, so something like this, I would say. So let's paint over his entire face, just like so. In fact, all the skin areas should be blue. That's looking questionable. We first have to get rid of his nose. I'm just gonna try it like this again. It worked last time, so why wouldn't it work now? That is a bit less great, but I guess we can work with it. Also, I just realized his mouth should be a bit lower, it seems, because those species have these very weird low mouths, especially in the Clone Wars. So let's go and make it a bit lower. Oh my lord, what am I making right now? This is so messed up, dude. I guess I'll just try painting all of this manually. I don't see how that's going to work, but I guess we will try. Dude, this is so messed up. This works pretty well though. Like, I did not think I would be able to do this, but I also think it would help to add some sort of shape, like the really angry kind of shape to his head. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. His eyes should also be a lot bigger, because I definitely want to use some of the details around the eyes. We obviously have to make these from scratch in red, but what even is this? Dude, it is so much worse in blue. What the hell? Let's remove some blue from the inside of his mouth. His lips should be blue still. Then for the eyes, I guess I'm just gonna try making a shape in the original shape of the eyes, I guess. There you go, a beautiful selection. Then I will make these nice and red. Like this, I think, is a good way to start. Of course, they are eyes, so we're gonna need some shadows. I guess this is sort of what I meant, but I feel like they're too small like this. Like, they should be like big and cute, right? Maybe it's just a question of making them bigger, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like that, maybe. Yes. Okay, so then we are also going to need some reflections, and I absolutely suck at those, but I'm still going to try. Maybe something like this. Like, this is the first sun and this is the second, so this one should also be a bit brighter maybe. I don't even know. Something like this. Is this nice? Nope, it's way too much. Then copy it to the other one, and that is not bad. Maybe we can make the blue skin even more realistic by adding some blend if, like this. This is better for sure. And then I think we have the organic stuff done, so now we can go and add some attributes. Attributes. Let's start with the hat. I am just gonna try and make it fit right on his head. Something like this. Looking pretty good right there. Then I have to erase some areas Here you go. I'm just painting some nice shadows under the head because of course this blocks the light big time. Okay, for now I feel like this is looking pretty good. Then the weird tubes he's got, which is pretty iconic when it comes to Cad Bane. So let's first use this one and put it, I guess, on his face. I hope this will fit, but it seems to fit pretty much perfectly. Then it comes down to masking again, so I'm gonna make this fit absolutely perfectly, just like so. As you can see, this is not going in the right direction. We're gonna need this thing to go over his shoulder, I think. I feel like that would make the most sense, and I think just like so, we can make that happen. Okay, you don't hear me complaining whatsoever. And then erase it from this. And I feel like this one's gonna be a bit more difficult because it's a weird angle. So let's first go ahead and use liquify to make sure this matches his head, and the same goes for this area. Just gonna put it right on his cheek like so. And we are once again going to use some puppet warp to make sure it goes over his shoulder. It's a bit messy and strange, but we'll just go with it. And actually that is not even so bad. It could have been a lot worse for sure. A very crucial thing we haven't done yet though is the color of the shirt. This should be technically leather. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna make it leather, but at least it has to be the same brown color. So just like the blue, I'm just gonna paint over this again, except with brown. Okay, like this, although this is a bit light, so let's make it a bit darker and more contrasty. There you go. Then there's one last thing I want to add, that being a nice belt. The same one Cad Bane had in the Clone Wars. So let's go and make this guy a bit smaller, just something like this, nice and simple, and then it kind of disappears in that shadow there. Then some shadows under it, of course, same as always. This is nothing new at this point. Yes, that is looking pretty decent, and with all that done, I feel like that's pretty much it for the character part, which means I'm gonna take a quick second to fix all the lighting issues and add some overall lighting in general, just make the whole thing look a tad better, and I will see you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is exactly what baby Cad Bane looks like, at least in my world. Back to the studio. Very well, these are the babies I made today, and at this point we may as well call this video turning babies into movie characters, because that's practically what I've been doing, although the results would have been the same anyway, so who cares? If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you enjoy my overall content, feel very free to subscribe. That would mean the world to me and to you, because you're getting epic content, at least I hope. So I guess I hope I'll see you in the next video.